Well, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. When you're going to be watching this, you know who it is. This is Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon. You know what we tell you, a prophet you can trust. This is Leading from the Future. What is Leading from the Future? It's a broadcast, or should I say, it's a dynamic broadcast. How about that? Forward thinking show. It's designed to empower today's leaders with tomorrow's insights. That's right. Each episode spotlights visionary leaders, guests, entrepreneurs, innovators, and thought leaders who share breakthrough strategies, reveal cutting edge trends, and explore real world examples of future focused leadership. Whether you're a seasoned executive or emerging leader, let me tell you something, leading from the future is your show. It equips you with the foresight, the inspiration. Let us be a catalyst for you to get you moving, and let's get you into some action. So, because the actionable tools that we share with you, the stories that you're going to hear, is to help you thrive in an ever evolving world. So, join us as we discover what the future behold for all of us. You know what I like to tell you? It's more than a show, it's a movement. It's a movement towards purpose driven life. You know what I always tell people? Find your purpose, and then you can live your life and leave a legacy. My special guest. I tell you, we never, ever, ever shortchange you. No, we don't. Come on, community. We don't shortchange you. We always bring the best of the best. We always bring to you those on the cutting edge, those that are doing something that you don't know about, but you need to know about. That's why you're connected with Leading from the Future. Well, listen, our guest today, she is a powerhouse. She's an entrepreneur. She's a community leader. She's an advocate for change, an ordained minister, an honorary doctorate recipient. She wears many hats. Yes, she does, but she gets it done. She's a licensed builder, real estate broker, an investor, developer, and author of 7 books. As the global ambassador for Cho Smith Youth Empowerment and a board member of Chosen Kingdom Builders. She is dedicated to revitalizing communities, empowering families, especially youth aging out of foster care. She is the CEO of Community Real Estate Development, CRED, CRED Realty Group, and CL Insurance Group, and Faith United Nonprofit, all minority owned, woman owned. So, this is a double, triple decker powerhouse up in here. All right. Her motto is team together. Everyone achieves miracles. Won't you clap those hands? Won't you do a backwards flip and welcome my guest tonight, Dr. Lene Perez.
I'm just grateful, thankful, and purpose driven. So I love it. Thank you, Dr. Prophet Shannon.
Well, thank you. We've got we have a virtual summit starting next week. Next week, it's coming on, right? February 17th, 18th, and 19th. Dr. Lene Harris is going to be speaking all 3 days. We are putting her on different spots. So you're going to have to look at the TV guide. You're going to have to find out where she's at, and you're going to have to listen to her. But let me tell you something. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be outstanding. And we'll show you a commercial about that a little later. But in the meantime and in between time, let's just start here. Dr. Lene, tell people who you are, where you're from, and where were you born? Who's your parents? Let's go there.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, well, born and raised Detroit East Side represent, right?
East
Born and
side.
raised, right? Detroit, Michigan. And my mom, my dad were teenage young parents when they had me. My mom was 18, my father was 19. Unfortunately, my father did not live to see 50 years old. My mom, I'm still blessed and graced to have her in my life. And, just a lot of things that we had to endure as kids coming up, growing up in the east side of Detroit, being exposed to the drug epidemic and so many other things. So I found my outlet just in skating and, the different things in my community that I can be involved in. Caught a case at a young age and learned and lived through that traumatic experience. And from there, just had no real relationship with God, but I was introduced to God at an early age. I was baptized at an early age. And then as life took its journeys, my previous marriages and those experiences that I had to endure through as well. But through all of those things, I look at when people say I've been heartbroken, I look at it as heart shaping. God
Mm.
shapes us to our greater yet to be. And so you call it um, future focus, right? And I
Right.
always call it um, forward focus. I used to have a talk show that was entitled Friday Focus Show, but when I look at my life, it's always forward focus. I'm still going forward. I still have to move forward. I'm not bound by my past. I'm not defined by my past. I'm looking at how can I continue to move forward. And as at 21 years old, I got my first house through a nuisance and abatement program. I took that property and someone told me about refinance, and I was able to pull $50,000 out of that property, put down on a new construction. By the time I was 25, by that
Oh,
time I was buying and flipping properties, multiple times over, to where now you over 100 properties in, and you like, wow, how did I get here as an investor before I even got my real estate license, a builder's license? By the time in 1999, I decided to get my builder's license, and then from there decided to get my broker's license in 2007. I'm like, wow, how can I share this information with the world and people can learn how I started with nothing and still make something out of nothing? So I came out with no experience necessary, the secrets in real estate that most people don't want us to know. And I believe in personal development. At the time, Donald Trump had a university, of course, workshop, and I bought into that. I paid, over $10,000 for personal development. And I realized that everybody can't afford to, do personal development at that cost. But what if I can bring that same information to them and they can purchase it in a book and they can get that information, and I'm hands on, they can reach me, touch me, talk to me, and I can show them how. So I created an investment club where I created an agreement for deed program where people can actually become homeowners by just paying rent. So you pay whatever that amount is, $500, $700, whatever they can afford, and now they're the first homeowners in their family, because no matter what, you're going to pay rent wherever you go. So those are some of my programs that I offer now to this day, the agreement for deed program, right? And then from there, it's like, well, once I decided to get my broker's license, how can I train other agents to do the same thing and not just become an agent to sell property, but what if they want their own portfolio and they want to get off into buy, flip and hold, or investment properties, two family flats, and all these other things. And then as I evolved, I'm the author of this amazing book right here, What is Infinite Banking? When I discovered the power of money and how money works, I realized that we have a bad relationship when it comes to money. We know how to make it, we know how to spend it, and we're consumers. So as consumers, we spend that check every 15 days. But if I was taught to put that money into a tank and let that money double, just like a penny, if you let a penny double over 15 days, it's only $163.84. If I let that same penny double over 15 days later without touching compound at a double, doubling every day for 30 days, is 5.3,068,709.12. How is that possible? Is possible because, as Albert Einstein stated, it's the eighth wonder of the world when we understand the power of compounding. But how often do we even know about compounding other than it working against us, because we're paying compounding on credit cards, car notes, house notes, and all these things? And so when I sit in front of clients and I do my consultations, the first thing they say, that's too good to be true. That doesn't seem right, because I'm conditioned to put my money into an annuity, or 401k. These are instruments that you technically can't touch right away, and then they're still tax deferred. My policies are structured in a way that you have access to them, and you also can touch it anytime you need to borrow against your own living benefit policy. So it's kind of like a family banking solution.
Wow. I tell you what, you are dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. And it seems to be that our people are still the last to know, to understand, to grasp. Anything can talk that is in the talks of money, multiplying money, or having access to money that we have. It's just a matter of matriculating through a whole nother way of thought with our money. And yet you have been blessed to uncover this in a very unique way. So, can you explain then to everyone? As a matter of fact, I found one of your old books. I don't know if you can see it, but I found one of your old
Oh,
books.
no experience necessary. That's it.
I said, "Oh yeah, okay." So, but explain to our community what infinite banking is and why is it gaining popularity now, and why should they jump in it?
Okay, so watch this. Infinite banking is not new. The Rockefellers, if you're familiar with the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, and if you're familiar with so many other the family offices, they structured and put policies on all their children, and then they put that policy into what was called a trust, the waterfall
Mhm.
effect, the power of having access to wealth. Is just like a business, own nothing but control everything, right? How many of us really have access to liquidity in businesses? Most of us are on the 40-40-40 plan, 40 hours a week, 40 years of our life, for 40% of our pay. And so we don't have exposure to these type of instruments. So it's
Mhm.
not new. It's just new to us. Infinite meaning forever. Banking is your own banking system. When you pull your money out of the bank, and I'll just use an example. I got $50,000 in the bank, and I need to put $30,000 down on a property that I'm buying. I pull out 30,000. I only have $20,000 left. The bank is only giving me 0.25% interest on my money. Well, if I had that same money into an insurance policy and I had that $50,000 and I needed to put $30,000 down on a house, I would take that $30,000 out of my policy, and I'm leveraging my money. I'm not taking from my money. The insurance company is going to give me a loan against my 50,000 that I'm leveraging. And now I have the $30,000 to put down on that property, and the 50,000 is still there as if I never touched it. And the insurance company is giving me almost 7% return on that money because it's untouched, and I'm letting it just sit there and compound. So how do I wrap my mind around something I'm traditionally used to doing? If I had that money sitting in the bank, I'm only seeing, well, I just took out 30,000. So how do I still have $50,000 there? That's the traditional way of thinking. An insurance company, you're actually using their money. You're not touching your money. So if that makes sense, that's how this system is set up, where we have access to our money, and that money is uninterrupted, and it continues to compound without any lost provisions. And not only that, that money also is going to grow over time. So, as the Rockefellers, 100, 200 years from now, your kids, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So now we're learning how to take our money and multiply it in the way that God will have us do it. It's a biblical principle. A fool and his money will soon depart. And because we were, I always say it's not our fault, but
Right.
technically now that you have exposure and you still do nothing, now it becomes your fault.
Say now it becomes your fault. I like that. Listen, if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to Leading from the Future. I'm your host, Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon, and we are here with our special guest, Dr. Lene Harris. She has been talking to us about infinite banking. That infinite banking is not new. It's been here for a long time. Only the super wealthy has been exposed to this type of information and revelation, and they used it. And not only did they use it, they maximized it. And it's hard, I'm sure, for you to wrap your mind around this. But if you continue to listen with an open heart and continue to lean in and then listen, call her, follow up with her. And I'm sure you'll be glad you did. We're going to take a break right here. All right. And I want to invite you to purchase our book, Live Generously. You need to know what to do with your money. All right. And then you need to know how to multiply your money. That's why we're here right now. So we can talk to you and share with you what you need to do. All right. So all you got to do is scan on this QR code. It'll take you right there. Or you can also go to the website, The Victory Church, int.org. And right there, you can go to the store and purchase all of our products, and especially this book. You need to get this book in your library. All right. I mean that. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Here at the Victory Church, we are a teaching church, and who better to learn from than our very own Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. He's written a book entitled Live Generously. That's right. If you are ready to embrace biblical principles about money and to learn about God's financial management and even about the joys of trusting God through giving, it's time for you to live generously. Get this book today. Purchase it for $20 here at the church, or you can purchase it in ebook form on our website for $14.99. That's right. Go ahead and visit our website, thevictorychurchint.org. You want to get this book if you are ready to go to another level and embrace God's biblical principles about money. Are you unshakable? We know you can't stop the storms of life, but you can discover how to be unshakable. If you're ready to learn how to overcome family challenges, illness, financial stress, and more, you need this book, Unshakable, written by Nelson Searcy. And the foreword was written by our very own Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Get this book, Unshakable, today for only $20 at the church. And you can also email us at tvci.executiveoffice@gmail.com. Get Unshakable today. It is God's desire that you overcome obstacles, even in less than optimum circumstances. Get these books today to live your best life. And here at the Victory Church, as we say, success is the only option.
I am Dr. Lene Harris, and you're watching Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony Shannon.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the show. For From captivating stories to insightful discussions, we value your presence in our community. Now, if you're finding value in to your screen, we'd like to invite you to consider taking your support a step further. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. We have 3 simple ways for you to give, making it quick and easy for you to send your contributions. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon. You can send your contribution directly to our amazing host. The second way is to download the VChurch app. Go ahead and download on the Google Play or your App Store and follow the prompts there. The third is Cash App, $ the Victory Church INT. Again, we thank you for your contributions and your support of Leading from the Future with our amazing host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, thank you for being an essential part of our journey. Your generosity truly fuels our passion. Now let's get back to the show because more exciting moments await us. Thank you for your continued support.
All right. Well, listen, we're back in action with the one and only Dr. Lene Harris. Dr. Lene Harris has been doing this for a while, that the God has opened up for her the revelation on how to make this happen. Now, what inspired you personally to focus on this concept of infinite banking along with insurance?
So real estate is my passion. I have over 30 years experience in that field. And as I started seeing people come to me for hard money deals, I need hard money, I need hard money. And I started blessing people in that space. I started blessing people with the knowledge that I had on how to take the money that they had and turn it around and make more money out of the money that they were using. In real estate deals, I'm a contractor, so I would negotiate, these types of deals, right? So eventually I realized that it's still the same cycle. We're constantly borrowing from these hard money lenders with high interest rates just to get a deal, turn. And the banks are not giving you money on properties that's not already fixed up in rehab. So again, all divine. As I'm, going through the same motions that everybody else go through, I discovered a book that was entitled Become Your Own Banker. I thought it was talking about opening up a bank. I'm like curious. That's something that I always desired. And so in the process of it's talking about real estate, and then insurance policies. And I'm like, wait a minute. So that intrigued me. And so as I continue to read, I realized only what we do, we understand. So if I don't actually do it, I would never know how it really works. So I started my own policy myself, and then I put money into it. And then I contacted the insurance company and I said, okay, well, can I borrow against this money? And they said, absolutely. How much would you like to take out? And based on what I put in, you can only take out a portion of whatever it is that you put in. So if you put $500 in, then you can only borrow against that $500. So you start small, but it still turns into millions. That's the blessing here, right? Mm-hmm. So as I'm putting the money in, and then they tell me I can borrow back out, I pick up the phone and then I call the insurance company. I say, well, do I have to pay this loan back? And they, so the gentlemen say, well, I'm not sure if you understand how these policies work. You're borrowing against your own money. You don't have to pay it back if you don't want to. I'm like, really? And from there, it was like, oh my God, this is really how the wealthy have been getting wealthy. And so I just started dissecting it more and more and more and more. And I said, realizing that I need to share this with investors. So it started out just sharing it with real estate investors. So I had friends like, listen, before you take $100,000 to buy this property, let's put that $100,000 into the policy, borrow back out against it. Now you still have the $100,000 working hard for you, and you got the money to go buy the house, and fix it up. And so it's like learning how to make money work hard for you rather than constantly working hard for the money, and so that became the passion that drove the real estate and the insurance together, so that became the passion.
So you talk about the insurance. So what type of insurance, life insurance policies, do you use or can be used for the infinite banking? And why are they well suited for this particular strategy?
Right. So I call it the family banking solution. The family banking solution. And a lot of people, when you talk about infinite banking, it kind of goes in one ear out the other. They heard it before, but it just doesn't catch the attention. But when you think about your family, and here's a banking, and this is the solution that we all need. So it's a family banking solution, right? And it's like a family office. It's like creating your legacy. It's like, we all talk about we want to trust, we want to do this. And then God forbid, when that time comes, we all in probate. We all have issues with what wasn't done, proper planning, and all these different things or whatever that goes on in most of our lives. So if it's forward focused thinking, then now we can start planning for that family banking solution. So if I have kids, I will want to take out a IUL policy that allows me to put as much money as I can in as quick as I can. Most people look at insurance as a death benefit. This is a living benefit solution. Living benefit, not a death benefit, but a living benefit solution, right? And so I want to put in as much as I can, as fast as I can, because we're already playing catch up. And I still have access to this money like 2 days later. So you're not capped on when you can borrow this money back out. As soon as you put it in, you have access to this money. So I structure my policies in that way. Most insurance carriers there's a lot of different infinite banking policies out there. I know people that say, oh yeah, I have that already. And then when you ask them, well, what are you paying in the premium? I automatically know that's not an infinite banking policy. You got $1 million and you're only paying $100 a month. That's term. So you're just paying on a term policy. Eventually you're going to outlive the term, and then you just make the insurance carrier company wealthy.
That's right.
And now you need insurance at a later age with more health challenges, and now you can't even get insurance. That's the typical, way for people that don't understand insurance. But when you look at wealthy families that's already working on their family banking solution, that was already in place from the time that child was born. 15 days out the womb, you can get $1 million policy paying to it. By the time that child reaches high school, they're already a multimillionaire. College is already taken care of. And so this is why it's so important that we start putting this information out there now, where families, it's never too late. If you're up in age, you have grandchildren, it's all insurable interest. So if you have kids, grandchildren, you can insure and take out policies on them and leave that legacy to them, as well as you can utilize that policy as your own, because the owner of the policy is who controls the bank.
I see. That's so powerful. So as I'm hearing you talk today, and I'm sure the community is listening as well, then explain then, I know you briefly went over it, but how does the infinite banking differ from the traditional savings or investment strategies? Explain it.
I love it. Yeah. Most people put me on the phone with their tax or accountants and, hey, can you explain this? Because at the end of the day, one of the biggest challenges that Nelson Nash had when it came to the insurance industry, like the other gurus that are out there that you hear, well, Ramsey said this and so and so said that and such and such. Well, most of people commissions are what is being exposed. When an insurance agent does a policy on you, they're going to make a lot more commission on selling you a policy that has especially term type policies and stuff. They get paid right away. They can get advancements on their pay as long as they don't get any chargebacks and so on and so forth. The difference between the policies that I structure is because most of the commission that I could have made goes to the client, because it's really about building up their banking system. So I look at it like if you compare, let's say, IKEA, to a major brand department store, or whatever, you're going to get the top quality, but you're going to pay a lot more. With IKEA, you're going to get more of the service and you're going to save the money because you're not paying for the packaging and the name and all of that. So most of that money goes back to the client and their banking solution, and it's creating wealth, and then less of the commission. So how many people really wants to promote infinite banking when there's not a lot of commission attached to what they could have made? And I see it all the time, and I have to train my agents the same way. Yeah, if you write this policy, your commission probably would have been $4,000. I need to give you a heads up that that's what, but you're not going to make that $4,000 off of writing that policy, because you're blessing this family. But imagine that family referring you to 10 more people compared to the one client that you was able to make the $4,000 off of, and so I look at it like that. I'm blessed to be a blessing, but I understand that it's really about blessing you to make sure that legacy is protected and we have generational wealth. Because what does it profit us to gain the whole world, and then we lose our soul with not blessing the next person that needed the same information? Because I'm like, the 1% of the world. I'm the only one, walking around wealthy and everybody else scratching their head on the 40-40 plan.
I love it. I love it. This is a good place to break. Listen, we've got a video we want to show you on Dr. Lene Harris in action. Listen, this is what happens. It's like getting filled with the Holy Ghost all over again in a whole nother arena. You know, the Bible even tells us that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children's children. How you gonna do that if you got nothing? She's giving you strategies to make that happen. We'll be right back. Introducing to you Leaders Live Generously Academy, a coaching program designed just for you with yours truly, Dr. Anthony D. Shannon. That's right. Listen, I want you to understand that Leaders Live Generously Academy is where ambition meets purpose and success is redefined. Imagine a place where you don't have to choose between making a meaningful impact and achieving financial prosperity, where your pursuit of success harmonizes perfectly with your values of family and faith. At our academy, we understand that true leadership is about living generously, leading with integrity, and creating a legacy that transcends financial achievements. Under the guidance and the coaching of Dr. Anthony D. Shannon, I am a renowned expert in leadership with over 30 years of experience. Listen, not only do we teach you leadership, we teach you personal development. You'll discover your unique purpose. Learn to maintain balance in all aspects of your life. And I want you to unlock strategies for wealth creation. Why don't you join me and let me help you transform your vision of success, lead with generosity, and live a life filled with purpose. I want you to start your journey today at Leaders Live Generously Academy. It's the coaching program designed for you. It's where we teach you to lead, to love, to give. It's transformative leadership because the best leaders are those who live generously. Come join the academy, and your coaching program starts right now.
Right? When our money's supposed to be at work working hard for me, working hard for you. So your money is still at work working hard for you, but you still have access to that money to pay your bills. Now, when you take your income to pay yourself back on that $3,000 loan that you used to pay your bills, you're going to recapture all of that money as well. Now, here's the great thing about infinite banking. Technically, you don't have to pay it back, and you still have $5,000 sitting there earning interest regardless if you pay it back or not. So the benefit of having an insurance policy is that, God forbid, if something was to happen to you, that money will come out on the death end, the death benefit side of that. This is not about a death benefit. This is about living benefits, taking a living policy and living from that policy. Not only do we design our policies to benefit you and your family, but it's also designed to benefit you in the case of a critical illness, a chronic illness, a critical injury. Whenever we experience those types of things that go on in a person's life as we get older, who wants to be struggling to figure out how we're going to still make ends meet when we no longer have the job that we can go to? So these policies are designed at age 65 to be able to access $1.5 million if you need it in a lump sum, or about $30,000 a month, guaranteed, so you can still enjoy the lifestyle that you deserve.
Are you ready to embark on a journey of inspiration and empowerment? Introducing The Heart of a Black Man, inspiring stories of triumph and resilience. A captivating anthology that sheds light on the incredible stories of Black men who have faced adversity with unwavering strength. This anthology features a powerful voice among its authors, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. His contribution adds a unique perspective, weaving a narrative of resilience, inspired and moved. The Heart of a Black Man is more than just a book. It's a beacon of hope, a celebration of perseverance, and a testament to the indomitable spirit within the hearts of Black men. Available now on Amazon for only $20 or Kindle for $9.99, The Heart of a Black Man is a powerful investment in knowledge, empathy, and inspiration. Reach out to us or order your copy today and join us in celebrating the resilience, triumphs, and the enduring spirit of Black men everywhere. Hello, and thank you for tuning into Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the show, and we want to let you know that we are grateful for you. From captivating stories to insightful discussions, we value your presence in our community. Now, if you're finding value and joy in what we bring to your screen, we'd like to invite you to consider taking your support a step further. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. We have 3 simple ways for you to give, making it quick and easy for you to send your contributions. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon. You can send your contribution directly to our amazing host. The second way is to download the VChurch app. Go ahead and download on the Google Play or your App Store and follow the prompts there. The third is Cash App, $ the Victory Church INT. Again, we thank you for your contributions and your support of Leading from the Future with our amazing host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, thank you for being an essential part of our journey. Your generosity truly fuels our passion. Now let's get back to the show because more exciting moments await us. Thank you for your continued support.
All right. Well, listen, I hope that you really enjoyed that. And I want to invite you to we call it Leaders Live Generously Summit. Yes, we want to invite you to come. It is free. And guess what? Dr. Lene Harris is one of our keynote speakers, VIP. She's getting into it. She's going to let you know. Boy, I know this might be, whoa, what'd she say? Okay, I know you want to go back, rewind it and all that kind of good stuff. All right. But trust me, it's going to be wonderful. I want you to check this video out of our commercial on Leading from the Future. Hi, I am Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon, and I want to invite you to Leaders Live Generously Summit, a 3-day virtual event you can't afford to miss. Are you prepared for what's coming? Are you equipped with this AI robotic generation? Well, you want to be here at Leaders Live Generously Summit is to inspire, empower visionary leaders, entrepreneurs, professionals to break through limiting beliefs and transform past challenges into stepping stones for building thriving businesses. We are committed to helping you transform and thrive your pathway to success. Join us for transformative experience if you're a passionate business owner, entrepreneur, professional, or leader ready to seize control of your future and accelerate your growth. Listen, you don't want to miss Leaders Live Generously Summit. We are committed to empowering individuals in areas of mindset, health, spirituality, relationships, business, finances, creativity, and wellness, enabling you to embrace, prepare to be inspired, and prepare for what's coming next. Go now to www.leaderslivegenerouslysummit.com. Dream, grow, and achieve. I want to see you in the virtual. Apply to speak now. Well, as you can see, we ain't playing. We ain't playing. We come to slay the day, and we come to help pull you out of wherever you're at so that you can see there's another level. And Dr. Lene Harris has come to let you know there is another way for you to operate in your money. Listen, why give all your money away when you can make your money work for you, borrow from your own money? Come on now, somebody. You heard her talk about that. Now, here's the question then, Dr. Lene, because I know somebody saying, let me hear that one more time. So what happens if a policy owner can't repay their loan from their policy on schedule? What happens then?
There's no structured payments on the loan. So there's no schedule to even pay back because you're borrowing against your own money. I call it the 10 10 10 rule. You're going to make $10, you're spending $10, and you still get to keep the $10 that you spent. So there's no structured payments. You do have to pay your premium. So you're asking about making those premium payments. So I show my clients how to stack those payments as well. What am I saying by stacking? So, for example, let's say I, you know, could only pay the minimum amount to keep that policy active so that it could never lapse. There's a plan for that, and the minimum payment might be $500 for the whole year until I can start getting it caught up again. And let's say I make two payments of $1,000, and then I can borrow against that $1,000, and I can apply that towards the next premium payment. Then I can borrow against that and apply that towards the next premium payment. And so you can literally stack your payments to pay your policy as well. It's just so many different ways to bake a cake.
So if they're already paying their bills, they could take all of the money that they were paying on their bills, put it into the policy, and then take the money out and pay the bills. But at least the money would be in the policy, continuously growing, compounding interest in that. So what are the tax advantages or the considerations then for them when using the whole life policy for infinite banking?
Right. That's a very great question. For example, the tax advantage is tax free for yourself, for your family. So think about that 401k you have right now, or that annuity that you have. And there's nothing against any of those instruments because they're great to have when you didn't have any other options other than the ones that you were, given. So,
Right.
for example, now I have an instrument that's tax deferred compared to an instrument that's tax free. Which one do you choose? So I'm going to look more into the tax free instrument. I have access to this money, but I'm going to be penalized, and I have access to this money, and there's no penalties. I have
Wow.
access to this money, I got to pay it back because I'm going to still be penalized, which is still my money. But I have access to this money, and I'm not going to be penalized, and it's my money, and I'm still earning interest off of the money that I borrow. If I borrow from this one, I'm depleting what I could have earned because I took from it. So if I borrow from this one, my money is still growing as if I never touched it. So,
Wow.
and then I can loan that money to my business and then write off the interest on that as well. So there's so many different ways. Of course, consultation, understanding. I had to understand it. It didn't really kick in for me until I was one day, the gas prices had went up. I was using my debit card to buy gas.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, these prices are really high. And the Holy Spirit reminded me that that's recycled money you're using. And I was like,
Wow.
oh my God, this is recycled money. So I'm recycling because I had took the money from my policy and it went back into my bank account. And so every time I used my debit card, it was money that I had borrowed from myself. So my money was still sitting in the insurance policy, earning interest, working hard for a sister.
Make your money work, work, work. So let me ask you this. I got two questions for you. I see time is running out. What are the misconceptions about infinite banking that you come across frequently, and how do you address it?
Lack of knowledge, lack of knowledge, lack of knowledge. And so the same way God is patient with us, I address it in that same manner. He told me to be patient and be there when they're ready. So when they finally get it, embrace them. show them, walk them through, because that's when, it's no different when, the student and the teacher, when they're ready, they will appear. And that's the same example. It's the lack of understanding, and only what we do we understand. What we see we remember, what we hear we forget. Only what we do we understand. Most people shy away from stuff they don't understand, and they'll stick to the way they always did. And I'll give you this example. When we were young coming up, my mother did not drive. She did not have a car. So it wasn't until she was 45 that we started saying, you got to get around, you got to get around. So we shopped. Her convenience store at the corner is how she shopped. So we was paying more for the same product that we could have went up the street and got cheaper, if that makes sense. We were paying more for products because it was convenient to, and most people live out of convenience because I don't want to change. So it's costing me more money to go and get this payday advance. It's costing me more money to go and, to take out this loan. They gave me a credit card. Okay, it's 25% interest. So convenience, because I don't want to change, because if I change, that means that, I'm doing something different. So it took a lot to get her to do something different because of her comfort zone. And most people live in their comfort zone. And so those are the biggest challenges that I see.
Wow, look at that. She dropped 24 karat gold bars indeed. As you can see, she's not out of words. She's just out of time. And I'll tell you what, this thing goes so fast. So tell the people, Dr. Lene, all your social media, how do they contact you? How do they get in touch with you? How do they get the understanding and get that consultation about this infinite banking?
Yes, amen. So I have my website, which will link you to most of all of my information. Lanay, Lanay, Harris.com. So it's HARRIS.com, LaneHarris.com. My books are on Audible. My books are on ebook. My books are on Amazon. My books are also at my website. So if you order one directly from me, I'll personally autograph it and send it to you, or you can download my ebooks through my website and my links. If you just want information on infinite banking, you can go to CL Insurance Group. That's my insurance company. But if you go to YouTube, you want to type it in Community Life Insurance Group, Community Life Insurance Group, and that's my YouTube page. So that's information. Community Life Insurance Group is the name of my company, Community Life Insurance Group. So when you get there, you'll see my logo. It's a C and an L, and you can subscribe to my page. And I have about 9 videos on there walking you through paying yourself back, the benefits of paying yourself back. The only purpose of paying yourself back with infinite banking is so that the millions continue to generate and you have more access to liquidity, because you're still going to be compounding. You're still going to be making money off your money. So paying yourself back just gives you more access to liquidity, the more cash that you can have on hand. Those are the benefits. And that's the only reason. The policy is constantly increasing. You're not taking from your death benefits. I get a lot of those questions too. People like, well, isn't that taken from the death benefit? No, it's constantly increasing the death benefit because you're adding money to it, just like a bank.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it right from Dr. Lene Harris. Please look her up, go to her website, go check her YouTube out, call her, whatever you need to do, but get this information, this revelation, so that you can be leading from the future and not behind. Everything is moving faster and quicker, and we need you to catch up. Okay. Don't be on the sideline. Don't do it. You need to be in the game. All right. Well, you know how we say, we are so excited, to have you on Leading from the Future. And we wanted you to continue to follow us. Listen, we always ask you to give. We always ask you to sow. And we're going to do that. We're going to let you do that, I'm sure. And listen, all of you faithful, you are just so wonderful in your generosity. Thank you for doing it. But why don't you take it to another level and get some of that infinite banking, okay? Understand it at a whole nother level. And we love you. We appreciate you. We always say we want God to bless you and keep you. We want his face to shine upon you That's our prayer. No question about it. And we want you to find your purpose so you can live your life. I'm your boy, Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon. That's right. I am your success coach. I'm your cheerleader for your next. I want to see you at the top. Guess what? Ain't nobody up here but a few. Everybody down at the bottom. Come on up and meet us at the top. Bless you.
Thank you for joining us on another incredible episode of Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. We've had an amazing journey exploring visionary leadership and inspiring insights. If you're passionate about sharing your story and ideas on our show, we'd love to have you as a guest. Simply reach out to us via email at thevictorychurchint@gmail.com. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we invite you to support us by contributing. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each. You can contribute through 3 convenient ways. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon, or $ The Victory Church INT. You can also download the VChurch app. Search for us on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Follow the prompts and make your contribution. Whether you contribute $1,000 or any amount, every donation makes a difference. Go ahead and support us today. For more information and to stay connected, please visit leaderslivegenerously.com. We appreciate your support in advancing our mission. Well, thank you for being a part of this incredible community. Join us again next time as we lead from the